to a new season of Cal TV,
the only other organization that fires people in the LAX parking lot.
I'm Emily Turner.
And I'm Uday Mehta.
And we're going back
and forth. Last Saturday, Cal football traveled to Oregon for their first away game and got hammered 55-16. Now, freshman quarterback Jared Goff got pulled pretty late in the first quarter. What do you think his performance on Saturday takes away or adds to what we've seen him so far?
Yeah, Uday, I really think that Jared Goff has been playing extremely well. He's a true freshman in his past 3 games this season. He's been the leader in passing yards, which is pretty phenomenal for a freshman. As well, just being in Oregon this weekend, torrential downpours. In the first quarter, he had 3 fumbles pretty early, and I just think that the balls wouldn't stick to his hands. So you can understand why Coach Dykes pulled Jared late in the first quarter, but that also led to Zach Kline's debut in college, which is also really exciting.
He played really well, which is definitely reassuring to know when your star guy isn't performing up to standard that you have another guy you can go to really fill that role. Back to the issue of Goff though, I'm not so sure about how he's playing just because his completion percentage isn't too high and he's getting a little bit up there with the interceptions. So we'll see how he performs against Washington State this weekend.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Now moving on, I think our defense is somewhat of an issue.
Definitely. I think it's more because of the injuries. You can't blame Coach Dykes or any of the current players. I think we're playing with one of the youngest teams in the league now because all of the people who used to be starters are actually injured.
I agree. Brennan Scarlett, Nick Forbes, Avery Sebastian, Mustafa Jalil, just to name a few of the defensive players that are injured out for the rest of the season. So I think it's really up to these younger players to step up. And I know a lot of even the redshirt freshmen that weren't even going to be playing, the redshirts have gotten burned now. Just due to sheer lack of numbers on the defensive side. A new addition to that being starting cornerback Cameron Jackson, who went out in the Oregon game due to an ankle injury. We're not sure of the severity of that yet, but that's still not looking very good.
And the thing is, it's not only injuries that's ravaging the defensive line. As of yesterday, Chris McCain has been dismissed for the team for conduct detrimental to the team. And considering that he was one of the leaders in sacks last season, that's going to be a huge blow for the team going into Washington State.
The rain did not let up the entire game. The Bears seemingly really unprepared.
Yeah, there was one point I think where Jared Goff came over to the sidelines and said, "I don't know what's wrong, I just cannot see the ball." But the quarterbacks weren't the only ones at fault. Running backs Brendan Bigelow and Khalfani Muhammad each had 1 fumble that consequently led to touchdowns for Oregon. It goes to show that the Cal coach's wish of rain was actually a gross miscalculation.
Also wide receiver Drake Whitehurst at one point of the game could have been a touchdown. However, it didn't even seem like he knew where the ball was, led to an Oregon interception, which consequently caused another touchdown for the Ducks.
Yeah, sometimes it just makes you question whether you're looking at a D1 team. With a team that has so few players that are really capable of contributing, you really need everyone to give 100% on each play.
Washington State also had a rough weekend, losing to Stanford 55-17, a score very similar to that of the Bears. Washington State right now is 3-2, but I really believe this is a must-win game for the Bears this weekend.
Definitely, and looking how Stanford got to Washington State, they really used their defensive line to put pressure on the quarterback, which, Cal's best bet isn't really putting their money on their decimated defensive line. But and we still have yet to see how they're going to cope with the 2 additional losses they suffered as of this week. Now, Cal is 1-3, which is the same record they had through 4 games last year under Jeff Tedford's coaching. But you got to admit, Cal is a lot more fun to watch this year.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, sports fans. I'm Emily Turner.
And I'm Uday Mehta. Make sure to tune in next week to get your download
for What's Up in Cal Sports.